to call them. They are the smaller parties. Are they just in there to be bringing bright ideas? Aren't they there to win seats as well?
Exactly. When we let me take you back in memory lane. Chief Ganifawemi had this particular brilliant idea that we can win election, have a populist idea, populist program that we can win election, and we did. We were on the street and all. When we noticed that they are trying to gag the political parties and not allowing them to run for election, we went to court. Chief Ganifawemi led Balada Musa and all. We went to court, and then a CNPP was formed at that time to protect the interests of the political party. Just like we were discussing a while ago behind cameras, that there was a meeting of like minds and all that took place with the former president. The NCP was not there, but other interest groups were in that particular meeting who may be interested in merger and all. And that was when we came out with the CNN. The CNN came out in 2010 after identifying our strengths and weaknesses.
Please kindly tell us, which CNN are you talking about?
That's the Coalition for a New Nigeria.
Okay.
Coalition for a New Nigeria.
It's different from the Coalition for Nigeria is a movement now, CNM.
No, it's quite different. That is a just movement. The CNN came in 2010.
Okay.
We were facing deregistration as political parties. So we were 15 as political parties at that time.
I remember that case.
Yeah, exactly.
When you went to court.
Exactly. So we deal with this matter both politically and looking for litigation. And we survived that particular hurricane through the court while we are pursuing the political angle. And that is the same CNN that is being reenacted now to protect the interests of the political party, which of course is facing deregistration if the new Electoral Act is being passed into law. Because the new Electoral law is actually saying that if you do not win a seat in the State Assembly, you'll be deregistered. So,
but shouldn't that be the case?
Well,
I mean, because how can you continue to justify your remaining a political party,
agree with you.
If you're not winning any seats?
Fantastic. Same time, I will go back memory lane. We won election in Ekiti State. The NCP won Adekoya Benson. But before you knew it, that same person was already hijacked by the PDP because of the Electoral Act that gives you room to move from one party A to party B. In the morning, you are in one political party. In the evening, you are in another political party. Those are the laws that need to be changed. And the heavy use of money is disallowing political parties to win elections. Just that what's happening now, they are trying to skew the system in such a way the other political party will be in total disadvantage.
Don't you see a chance now? I mean, now we're beginning to see all sorts of, it would seem that there is a growing dissatisfaction with the two major political parties. I mean, the PDP has been tried. A lot of people felt they failed. That's why the APC came in. Now the APC has been there barely 4 years and people are saying, no, this is not what we're looking for. Doesn't it give parties like you, if you're able to come together, the chance to be able to, make an impact? Exactly.
That's what we are touting. We agree with that particular. That's why we decided to come together to really move a force that can really galvanize Nigerians, believing that there are other political parties who can even do better than the existing ones.
Oh, so you've come together already?
Of course, we're discussing. We're discussing with ourselves. The NCP is interested in alliance and never a merger. So, but we look at our strength and weakness, we do a SWOT analysis and how we can work together to ensure that that becomes a reality. And that is the reason why we had the CNN.
Dr. Yunusa, when you look at the two major parties right now, there's a common thread, and that is internally there have been these kind of ruminations that look, it's locked down. If you look at the APC, there's this 10-year elongation of the NWC, which is causing crisis and also litigation. Within the PDP, there are allegations that the governors are too powerful and that they hijack the convention, etc. Now, if you're going to form a new party with other parties coming up, how would you, in effect, in actuality, return power to the people as opposed to the officials in your party?
We are not talking about forming a new party. The CNN or any of the political parties, as I clearly said, we in the NCP are not interested in merger, but we're interested in alliance. And that is the reason what we want is a kind of a robust politicking. You will agree with me that if a sequence of elections starts with the State Assembly, with this particular scenario that you mentioned, a lot of political parties will win elections. A lot, because people are tired of the old and probably the reincarnated old wine in a new bottle which has not delivered, and then people are looking for new faces and new individuals who have quality of leadership, which we are asking.
Whether coalition or not, though, I want you to try and answer my original question about how would you, in effect, return power to the people as opposed to the officials of the parties we've seen in the two major parties today.
When we have electoral laws that can make sure that every individual in this country has an opportunity to contest elections, free and fair. Not when the political parties who are in power can use state money, state resources, media and all as against others. And then you expect us to go into the same field and contest for election. It won't happen. So the way it is now being skewed in the advantage of whoever is in power is a disadvantage, and we need to challenge that. And that's what we've continuously been doing. So if we continue in that line, we will have that opportunity where the new order will evolve and people will be able to contest elections and win elections.
Ms. Kato, you know, there's a proverb that says, you know, where a man's treasure is, his heart will be also. If Nigerians were the ones funding political parties, don't you think parties like the PDP would be at greater advantage rather than using state resources to do so?
And that's what we are going back to. For example, you know, I did say that I was running for office, and there is no, the PDP as presently is constituted, you know, has given room for a lot of us young people to grow within the ranks over a couple of years. Like I said, major lessons have been learned. And what we're doing is we're running for election. There's no big person with wads of cash to give you. We have to go back to people to actually raise these funds. And what that does is that you're accountable to these people. If somebody gives 1,000 naira for your election, that person feels like, look, you owe me good governance. I actually put this into this. And this is the new method we're going for. And I think that it's feasible. I think that this is something that we're showing that, look, we're changing the trend and we're willing to go this way now.
Well, election sequence has somehow come out of this conversation. We will come to that conversation when we come back from this break. Please stay with us.